greatness, it's just something we made up. Somehow we've come to believe that greatness is a gift reserved for a chosen few, for prodigies, for superstars, and the rest of us can only stand by watching. You can forget that.
Well, I want to be a race car driver someday. It's a great sport. It's all I've ever known, racing.
You see Amanda Sherman slowly creeping in. And the 44 gives a bump to the 86. The 86 retaliates. I love it. And Amanda Sherman just drives off with a big old smile on her face. Meanwhile,
manner, boys.
Unbelievable.
Ask any racer, any real racer. It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
Hey guys, welcome to Shop Talk. We are on episode 22. Corey's finishing up a couple technical things. We have a couple fun guests today. How's everybody doing?
Doing great, man. How are you guys?
Doing good.
Same.
Tonight we got Jeffery Fischer and Matt Gruenberg. How you guys doing? Good run last night, Matt.
Yeah, thank you.
Another one. Another, that makes number
9.
Fucking 9. What the fuck, man? Damn.
One more, why not?
Well, why not? Yeah, so I'll probably what I'll do to you guys is I'll ask one of you a question. I'll ask a question to both of you guys. I want you to answer this round eventually. So, Matt, I'll go ahead and start with you. Points leader right now, man. You come into Blazing Pedals this season. I want your take on Blazing Pedals, man. We're here to be honest, so whatever you need to say, you can say it here. So,
I think it's been an enjoyable experience. I really like the racing on track. For the most part, it's good, clean racing. The biggest thing that I like is just green flag racing. So, and there's a lot of that here. So, that's been pretty enjoyable. I know there's like 1 or 2 races that kind of caution fest, but other than that, it's been mostly green flag racing, so pretty happy with that.
Oh, good deal. Again, man, we're glad you're here. I mean, you're whooping everybody's ass, but you know what? If we want to beat you, we got to be better than you. That's just plain and simple.
Yeah, competition's healthy, so
right.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, what about you, man? How you feel about Blazing Pedals coming in this year?
Well, my first experience when I first joined wasn't too great. I bumped heads with a lot of people, and then I backed away, and then me and James both backed away. And
yeah.
We kind of just reevaluated our thought process and rethought how we race around the guys in Blazing Pedal, and then we just came back, and it's a lot more enjoyable now because we were so gun ho trying to be super competitive and all that, but we kept tripping over ourselves, so we kind of just took a step back and reapproached our mind.
You know what? I want to get right into that, actually. Let's just get this damn thing out of the way right now. So you both know, you both have seen a lot of division in between Blazing Pedals and a few of you guys. You know that. I mean, you've seen it. You know it. You guys have commented on it before. And as an admin, and also Corey and Amanda being admins also, that is not what we're looking for in this league. We do not want that at all in this league. We would love to see you guys more active in our Discord. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. It's not a big deal, but to learn who we are, the other drivers. Again, Jeff, you just said it yourself about racing around other guys. You kind of figure out how they do it, how we do it. Fast isn't always the best with us and Blazing Pedals, I don't think. But I mean, you guys are fast a lot of times, so maybe you, Matt, but
yeah, mainly Matt.
Yeah, right. But I mean, the one thing we want to get rid of is this division between Team AV And actually, I can probably go through a couple other names on our list I have over here. We need to get rid of this division, and we would love for you guys to stick around. I hope you stick around the next season too, man, as we keep moving this Blazing Pedals on. We'd love to see you more active in the league. Maybe eventually. I'm just throwing this out there at the moment. Maybe bringing somebody in as an admin later on down the lane. Where you going? Where's he going? He's got pee already?
He was looking at something on one of the other
Oh,
monitors.
for fuck's
He
sake,
said, just
Corey.
carry on and do your job.
Keep going, he says.
We've got new setup and new
So-
monitors.
I could see what you're talking about, though. Kind of like later
Sure.
on, having a spokesperson from our team that's able to communicate to like the main admin core. That would actually bridge the divide more, because you guys be able to get a better insight on how we operate as a team and the shenanigans that we go through.
Sure. And I know, Jeffery, I don't think I've said anything to you through this season.
No.
Matt, I think I have I said something to you while we were on track one time. You was doing, I'm just going to say what it is. You was doing something silly. And I was like, man, you got to cut that shit out. Or something. I don't know what it was.
On pit road at Michigan. Because I know like 2 Michigans ago, we were kind of going crazy on pit road. So that like created another Team AV rule.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and you guys got to understand, and you guys see my write-ups every week. I didn't do one this week because I just got back from vacation today. But it is because we have sponsors, and those guys, they pay us to pay you guys. Right now, Matt, right now you're looking to win a couple $100 off the season. So we don't want to lose that for even next season. It would be much for Tim to say, you know what, fuck you guys, we're done giving you money. Either straighten your guys' drivers up, or I'm done with you. And we don't want that, man. We love Tim. We love him being here, and he does a lot for this league.
And I would have to say it's not. You can't just say it's these guys or anything. I mean,
Oh no! I'm
sitting in
not saying it's them.
No, exactly. But I definitely know you're not saying. But there's other guys in the league, and I see it where I always joke around. There's a few that I'm like, this goddamn crybaby going at it again, like every freaking race or something. So there's everybody has their heat of the moments. I think actually Miller got me one time where I was so pissed off afterwards.
Oh, I remember that.
I was so goddamn mad.
that
And he
was,
apologized and everything,
Yeah,
but
he felt really bad on that one.
and I didn't key back up because I was frustrated. But as Corey said, he's like, "You're gonna take somebody out. It's gonna happen. It is what it is." And but there's some people who do it over and over again. It's like, come on. And I don't think I've ever had any issues with any of you guys where I ever felt like it was anything mean or nasty or anything. I used to get scared of you, Matt, when you still start in the back, and I'm like, God damn it, I hate when good people start back here because it makes me nervous. But you gracefully kind of go up through us and then kind of leave us alone. So.
Matt, I need to ask you. Can you see the comments?
Is it on Facebook?
Yeah.
Is it? Where is it at on Facebook?
T&A Motorsports.
T&A
Facebook page.
Motorsports.
So, I said
Yeah.
I said you could stand to lose. You could stand to win a couple $100 this season. Dalton Kilroy put in there. He's got to make it through the playoffs first. I think Dalton's got him for you, man. But
That's fair.
that is very fair. That's very fair. So, it's just like I say, man. It's just let's get this divided shit over with. We need to be done with this now. We'd love to see, like I said, we'd love to see you guys more in our chat and shit. Go at it from there, man. But I think you guys both are doing a great job. See, Matt, you're right now on first.
Don't look at me in the points.
Actually, well, see, you're so far down, dude. I gotta actually pull it
I'm
up.
like-
You're 38.
Oh, yeah. Like 6 races.
Well, I was going to get to that, Jeff. You've only done 13 races.
Yeah.
So, but hell, we got a couple of guys that's only done 4 races still ahead of you. But I won't count that against
Like you, Terry.
Yeah.
I've got 17, thanks, and I'm in 30th. So, it ain't going to take much for Jeffery to pass me up, I don't think. That's
I gotta start
okay,
finishing
too.
races.
That's another thing I wanted to kind of get into with you guys. let's see here. I have to go back to my points book on this one. Matt, it's 21 starts, 9 wins, 14 top 5s, 16 top 10s. But you never have a pole, bud. What the hell are you doing? How come you never?
Because he always starts in the back.
Yeah, you need to tighten your game up, Matt. Come on.
If you're going to kick our ass, just do it.
Yeah. I mean, qualifying is not my thing.
And, well, out of the 21 starts, you do have 4 DNFs, and I don't know what happened. Computer issues, you got pissed and left. It happens. We all know that. So, Jeff, you want me to go over yours?
Oh yeah. It'll be
I can go over yours. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. So you're 38th in points. You got 13 starts, 2 top 10s, 8 DNFs.
Oh yeah.
What'd you do in the last Michigan race in July? You started 34th into 28th. I think I was a DNF there.
I probably got wrecked by Josh Klinger.
Well, you're 6 laps down at the end of that race, so. But you know what? You had a halfway decent last night. You started 12th, ended up 18th.
Yeah, I popped the wall coming off of turn 2 on the restart in front of James, and it knocked my toe out, so my car was damaged.
Yeah,
I think
I caught that on the broadcast when we watched it last night.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was caught on the broadcast.
Well, Matt, you're back in July when we ran Michigan. You started 25th. I'm sorry, you started 31st, ended 25th. You led 50 laps. You remember what happened to you in that race?
Yeah, I ran out of fuel coming out of 4, either on final lap or 1 to go. I don't know, one of the two. And
okay.
Yeah, I was just kind of stuck in that position. So
you done a shit ton this better, man. Like I said, you started 26, you won the race. You led 54 laps this time around. So evidently you knew how to run your fuel last night. So like I said, I was on vacation. I really couldn't even watch the damn race, so I had to go back and look at a bunch of shit today to see what we was going to talk about here today. So
I thought you were watching the broadcast. I saw you commented on it.
Well, again, I told you I was drinking. I was going to a buddy's house. So let's get into last night's race, Matt. Talk us through what you had going on last night.
Just a usual race. Just started in the back, worked my way up. The reason why I start in the back is I just find it a lot more fun that way.
It's not fun for the rest of us. Not against you, but it's just not fun to start in the back because it's hard.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just starting in the back, working my way up, just passing. I don't really take any, aggressive risks when passing cars. So I think that helps avoid accidents, going up through the field. And then just usual. I get the strategy before the race, and since it stayed green the whole time, I was able to just run with the strategy I had before the race, and it seemed to work out pretty well.
It definitely did. I don't know what the gap was between you and first. I did not look at none of the iRacing shit today, so I don't even know who finished second, to be honest with you.
Derek did.
Okay. Well, Paulson's in there. He can tell me how.
Yeah,
far
during his interview, he said when he came out of the pits, he thought he was going to come out ahead of Matt, but so by the time he came out of the pits, Matt was already 2 seconds ahead of him. So
yeah, well,
and he was just pulling away.
So, Jeffrey, walk us through your last night, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, it was good. I normally do good at your lifting coast type tracks. Qualified, I think 12th, and then drove up to 4th before the first pit stop. And then it was all going good after that. And it was just really on that second stage at the beginning of it when I popped the wall, and then it just went downhill from there. Flipped my box, lost a couple seconds, and then yeah, it was just. I was good in the corners, but when we got on the straights, I was just losing a tenth or two. So over the course of a whole run, it spreads out. I think I had a top 8 car, top 10 car, but it just strategy didn't fall right for me. With keeping the car clean. As
You
usual.
also pitted off strategy.
Yeah, I accidentally pitted a lap early, which kind of screwed me. So that last run, I had to clutch in the corners and save fuel.
So I got Matt, I do have a question for you. It come from Mark. So people were wondering how Matt was so fast and saved tires. So, he, without giving everything away, what you do, because I would never ask you guys to do that. A strategy. What are you doing differently than Corey, Amanda, myself, Aaron, Jeffrey? I mean,
Wins.
I mean,
I don't qualify.
Yeah. Well, I tried that last night. That didn't work.
You're doing okay. So you, Jamie, Dalton, Derek, even TBB. A lot of you guys, man, are just every freaking week just so fast. And even if I've come out before with brand new tires and couldn't run some of you guys down, I don't know what the hell I'm doing different than what you guys are. So
it's a special setup.
That's
what the book says.
Dude, don't start that shit
Oh,
again.
there comes those rumors again.
Oh, don't start that shit again, please. Oh my god, and this special setup. Fuck you, Derek.
No, I would say it's just I start in the back, and I never overdrive the car, at least from my perspective. I always just running my own pace, and if somebody's quicker than me at a certain part of the race, I'm not gonna try to overdrive it to catch up to them or anything. I know I do long runs in practice and kind of get a gauge on what the tire wear is going to be based on how I was running, and if I feel like I was wearing the tires too much, I'll go a little easier in the race, but if the tire wear wasn't that much, then maybe push a little harder. But yeah, I'd say definitely just race where you're comfortable at in the race, and as long as you don't overdo it, you should keep the tires on it, and wherever you finish, if it's in the back, then maybe you need a little bit more practice at the track that week, or maybe just watch a replay of one of the fast guys that week and see what kind of line they were running, and see if you can try to mimic what they were doing. But yeah, that's all I got.
And Jeff, you're not a slouch either, man. I mean, you can get out there and run up there a lot of times in the top 10. I mean, are you doing the same thing? Or are you guys talking to each other, doing all this shit? Hey, Matt, I'm doing this. Hey, Jeff, I'm doing this.
Yeah, we'll look at each other when Matt's like 20 miles ahead of everyone, and then the rest of us are like mid-pack. We'll talk to each other and say, hey, man, you're driving in the corner too hard. You're burning up your right front, or you're burning off your right rear. But prior to the race, yeah, we go over steering ratios and lines and stuff like that, just so we can get a better idea on how we can see. Because your league is mainly about it's a tire simulator.
Mm-hmm.
Like you need tires. So you gotta understand how to card the track without burning them up.
Well, and that's one reason we went to a limit like we did, to make everybody try to run smart, I guess you can call it. I know for the longest time, up until I think it was maybe Pocono or the track before Pocono, I was burning my shit up all season. And Aaron finally just drilled it into my head. You need to slow down. You're going too fast into these corners, and you're just burning your shit up.
Yeah.
Once I backed everything up, I got a shit ton faster and a lot better. So
yeah, sometimes you gotta go slower and faster.
You guys, I would say you're in your 20s?
I'll be 30 next March.
I'm 54, so I have a set way. Fast is always going to be the best in my eyes, but I know that's not right. So, but anyway,
yeah, you're right about that, Derek. Mark, everybody likes the setups better.
The setups are a hell of a lot better now, I will say.
I have a comment on the setup.
Go right ahead.
That goes, to when I first join the practice session, the first thing I do is I always change the offset to make the wheel centered on the straightaways.
So do I.
I do too.
So,
I think we all do. I know T&A drivers do.
Yeah, everyone does apparently now.
Yeah. There you go, Mark. There you go,
So-
Mark. Center out the steering wheel.
that's my only gripe on the setups, is I have to do that every time.
Well, it should be centered next week. We're at Watkins Glen, so we shouldn't have
Yeah.
a problem with it next week.
Yeah.
I don't even want to
so-
do that. I still have to buy the track and attempt to get in and practice it.
So, Matt, how did you do at our last road course? Actually, I'm Jeffrey. I'm going to ask you the same question. So, Matt, what did you do to the last road course?
I'm
trying to find
What
it.
was our last course?
I think it was it
Sonoma.
Sonoma? Oh.
Yeah, he won.
Oh, shit, you won.
No.
Oh, well, fuck that then. Okay, Jeff, how about you, buddy?
Oh, I did ass. I'm terrible at Sonoma. In a stock car, I like high downforce on road courses.
Let's see, what'd you do?
Like 20th.
Very good. You finished 15th, started 29th. That's not horrible, man.
Oh, that's terrible.
Especially on that track. I just hate that track. But we're going to Watkins Glen. It's a little better track, next week. So if we could ever get a setup put out, I know he's listening. So, what do you guys got for him, Amanda, Corey?
I want to know how they got started in it, and if you're so darn young. I just turned 39 this weekend. How long have you guys been racing?
Shit. Maybe 5 years, 6 years, something like that. It was me and James Miller. We met at the Bathurst 12-hour in early 2017, and then we used to run in a league together, and then Matt was in the league, but on a different team. And then over the course, we kind of befriended each other, and then once that league closed, we went to another league that we consider home, but the doors are closed for that for now. And then a lot of it has to do with, we don't just play iRacing together, we play a lot of other games together, so it's more of close-knit crew, family type, instead of just an iRacing team.
Nice.
It's the whole group.
And James is part of your guys' league, right? Or your team? Okay, I was just looking at what he done last night. Started 19th, finished 13th. What did he do at Sonoma? Fuck, he done pretty good.
He probably
Started
finished
6th. He finished 3rd.
Yeah, I was battling James and Drew at Sonoma.
Yeah, they were 3 wide for 4 laps straight.
Oh, yeah,
Good thing they had the wrong strategy, otherwise I wasn't going to be able to pass them.
So, yeah, again, I'm glad you guys are here. Especially
definitely.
tonight, but we're glad you're in the league. I hope you consider this. I don't know what your home league would actually be, but I would hope you would consider this being a home league for you guys eventually. We love having you here. I think everybody's starting to learn that, man, if you don't run good, you ain't going to beat Matt. And again, Jeff, I'm not trying to put you out, Jeff, but
I'm not. I know I'm not the greatest racer. I'm better at painting cars, but I'm decent.
Okay. See, where did I say I was at? I'm in 30th, but I've only got 17 races in, so I think you're going to catch me, I believe.
I've alt F4'd more races probably than anyone.
I can tell you how many. Hold on a minute.
Oh, how many disconnects do I got?
You have 8. Yeah, it was 8.
Yep, I know. I counted.
I
I wish it wasn't like that. I will say, I wish I was up in the points, and I wish I was able to be up there racing, but it's unfortunate run-ins with people just overdriving their car, not understanding situational awareness, and funking your left rear in the turn one, stuff like that.
Also, dude, we're 22, 23 races into the season. You've only got 13 races in for the season, so I mean, you only got half the races we've ran.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wouldn't be so upset about what place you're in myself. That's me. So I'm just happy to get into a car and able to sit there for a couple hours without fucking dying as old as I am anymore.
So another question we like to ask everybody is, what's your guys' rig that you guys run? Like your wheel pedals, VR, triples?
I run VR, and it's just a Thrustmaster. I think it's like a TMX something. Thrustmaster TMX. I got it for a console, the Xbox console, like 4 or 5 years ago, and it was just something that I was able to use on PC as well.
Nice.
So nothing too crazy. I guess the VR is the only, just first generation VR Oculus. So
okay.
The CV1.
yeah, I think so.
Don't switch because it does fine for you. I was gonna say get to a better one, but you're fine. Jeffrey, what about you?
I have the same wheel as Matt, but instead of it being round, I chopped the top and center
What?
off to make it. Yeah, I made it. It's a GT3 wheel, pretty much.
You actually cut it.
Yeah, that's a long. Yeah, it took a couple hours. So yeah, it looks like a GT3 wheel, and then I
That's
put
funny.
all the buttons, labels, and all that stuff, like all the Grello buttons and stuff, and I put bicycle handlebar pads on the hand grips to make them look fatter and more soft. And then I just have plastic pedals, honestly. Like,
Are you running VR or
no, I don't. I used VR for a little bit. I didn't like the quality at a distance. It was
Okay.
too granulated.
Yeah.
I just run screens.
Corey will sell you a nice Pyrex or whatever the hell that thing's called.
Why would I sell mine? I love it. Derek's gonna get one. He was talking to me about it earlier.
I don't know. Oh yeah, CV1. So what else you guys got for him?
Let's talk. Amanda, how was your race last night?
Okay, we'll talk about everybody's races last night.
Well,
you already talked about
considering
theirs.
I had
Right.
been in the rig in over 3 weeks, I don't think I did terrible. I didn't hit anybody. Nobody hit me. I finished a position above where I started, and I lucked out with a 17th at the last Michigan race because all you dipshits kept wrecking each other, so I just stayed away from all of you. So I was content with not falling back at all. I did think I was going to finish a little higher because I was doing that steady pace, keep out of trouble thing. I was keeping an eye on my tires, but I suck so much at pit stops that I'm so cautious going in. I lose so much time. So when I stop for that last little bit of fuel, which I learned how to adjust how much fuel I take so I spend less time in the pits, but I was so worried about rolling through my pit that I took so damn long to get in. And I will call out a name. I kept getting stuck behind McAvoy going down pit road doing 45 miles an hour. So I lost a lot of time on the last 2 pit stops because I didn't know that I could scoot around them without getting in trouble. But I didn't hit anybody or get hit, so
We need to get him better internet.
Was it Jordan or Randy?
I'm
She was
not
just
sure. It was
fine.
the later one. Wasn't what
Oh,
color
that's
their car?
Randy.
Yeah.
It was a light color car, like
Yeah.
tan color.
It was
Yeah,
about like
same.
42, and for me to yell at somebody for going slow in pit road, I'm like, move your fucking car, McAvoy. Like,
Hey.
I couldn't get around
Next
him.
time, say something, because that'll be funny as hell.
Well, I saw Ian scoot around
Move your
him.
fucking car.
And then I asked Corey after the race, I'm like, am I gonna get in trouble from Mark or somebody if I just fucking go around him? Because he was slower than me on pit road, which is really bad. So I lost some time in the last 2 pit stops, but I'm fine with finishing there because I'm still learning the tracks and stuff. So I didn't hit anybody, nobody hit me, and had 0 incidents, so I was content with it. And I tied Buck over in points, so
We was
with
going to get to that.
as little experience as I have to be matching up with somebody like Aaron, again, I'm happy.
What about your race, buddy?
Well, I decided not to. I was taking the Gruenberg thing and qualifying last night. You know, worked my way up to the front, but never made it to the front until the stage caution in the second stage. The way it worked out, I figured out with the pit stops, when I pit right before the end of stage 2, that I knew that I could go 10 laps into the final stage, which then I would only do 2 pit stops, and I had 2 sets of tires left, but I guess it didn't work out for me. I finished 10th, which wasn't bad. I actually crossed the line in the infield because me and Tanner Marr got into it the whole last lap. We were battling each other and coming off 4. I think he doored me, and then I looked over. I was like, "Oh fuck him!" And I doored him, and then put him in the wall. And I went through the infield and crossed the finish line.
Didn't you hit Taylor too?
No, he hit Taylor.
Well, Corey, the stats I'm actually looking at said you led 2 laps.
Yeah, I led the 2 caution laps.
Had 4 incident points.
Sometimes you need those caution laps.
Yep, that happened at the last lap. I had a
So
clean
I
race
got
the whole
my
time
laps.
till the end.
Bonus point.
So let's go to, let's find him here, the 44. How did he do last night?
I don't think he did too good. Because
Yeah?
he was yelling at me that he wanted to go the wave round. I was like, no, this is my fucking strategy. I'm staying out. And so I guess that kind of screwed him up. But when we're watching the broadcast, I'm like, well, he's 2 laps down at this point. I'm like, so you should be mad at me. I'm like, why are you a lap down?
He yelled at me in TeamSpeak when I asked him why he was a lap down, and apparently he fucking hit the wall. I'm like, don't yell at me.
Looks like he qualified good. Started 7th, finished 27th, 2 laps down.
Yeah, he must have did it early because he was running up in the front. Then I think towards the end of the first stage, I saw he drifted back because I was still in like 17th or 18th at the time, and I could see his car. He was only like 4 or 5 spots ahead of me, so he started falling back. So I think that's about when he hit it.
Okay, so he didn't. He actually finished. It says only. It shows him 1 lap down on this stat that I'm looking at.
Yeah, it's because I didn't give him the wave round.
Okay. He was 1 lap down. You kept him from getting.
Yep, you gotta
the lap.
Gotta protect that banner, Terry.
The banners. I don't see no banners.
Yeah, I didn't put them up today.
That's all right, man.
Corey
You've
got
been
it,
busy.
obviously.
Yeah, I
You guys
got.
been busy sitting there in the bar.
Yeah, we're running our new bar.
Yeah, I don't mind Michigan. I almost had to remember it, even though we just raced it a little bit ago. But that was the only other time that I think I've ever raced it, and I am still really learning a lot of these tracks. And like Jeffrey, you said it. I do like the tracks where I can just kind of coast through the corners. And once I figure out where I can get my car to turn, or I just mash on the pedal and the different throttle control, I think Michigan's going to be one of those tracks that I like in the long run. So.
I'm just not
I
fast
like
on
that.
short runs at Michigan. I'm faster on long runs at Michigan for some reason. I don't got that short run speed.
So, Corey, I'm looking at everybody's numbers here. Rick Thompson gained a spot on you last night. Evidently, he moved up to 8th place.
Oh, we didn't talk about New Hampshire race, Terry, where I got my 1 lap in on a controller on a back deck.
I don't even remember New Hampshire.
It's a couple weeks ago. It's been a while back. The way it seems, feels. Did you put 1 lap in?
Yeah. It was, obviously, you didn't watch the broadcast. It was a big deal on the broadcast. I didn't do it till lap 90. I sat at the end of pit road till the stage caution came out, and I barely made it around the track on the controller.
You made 1 lap.
Yeah, we raced around the resort we were at in Orlando, running around with a laptop and a controller, trying to find Wi-Fi someplace where we could connect enough to get in there with decent quality. I'm
That's
following
loyalty,
behind
Terry.
him.
That is loaded, buddy.
Talking about tracks, do you guys have favorite tracks and tracks that you hate, ones you look forward to more?
Come on.
Do what?
I like all the tracks. It's just if you run good or not.
I'll say I don't look forward to road courses just because got to put a little bit more work into those to be fast. You don't have to just master 2 corners. The track you have to master multiple. So
I think Dave Seats is the only one that
I
likes
do
road
prefer
courses.
the road courses more.
Ew.
Than all those.
Road courses are awful.
I'm looking back at yours, Matt, and Daytona road course we ran. Start off out here. You started 24th and then 8th there. I think it's the only 2 we've done, isn't it?
There's Sonoma and
Yeah, it's the only 2 we've done. Now we got Watkins Glen coming up. We have Charlotte after that eventually. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm so. Man, my brain is scattered right now because I haven't been in this shit for 3 weeks.
Yeah, we've taken a.
It's been about 3 weeks.
A little
It's been
break.
a hell of a break, man. So, but we deserve it. Where does their team think the league can improve? That's a good question, Mark. Hi, Gail. Oh, baby, I love you. Anyway.
Just so you guys know, because you haven't followed a lot of the episodes, Terry and Corey's mom, Gail, have a little internet fling going on.
No, they don't.
He doesn't like to talk about it. So.
Corey just gets started calling.
All right, so back to last night's results.
So anyway, yeah, what Mark just asked, what do you guys think the league could improve at? Matt, go ahead. Okay, no, go ahead, Jeff. No, you started, Jeff. Go ahead.
All right, I didn't. Yeah. So I think the league can improve a lot on people understanding that certain people have certain driving styles, and they need to. A lot of it boils down to being on track together a lot, and I think, like, I have a lot of run-in with people because I'm not on the track enough for people to learn, and then people freak out and stuff like that. It's just people need to work on. Long story short, people need to work on understanding people's driving styles and how they race. And also the rule for, I understand the rule is implemented to keep the racing clean, but the whole, if you get an incident point, it takes a point away from your points total during the race is silly. Like, that was like my biggest, like our biggest throw off at the beginning of the year was that rule.
And we've had that rule for, oh my God, we've had that thing for a long time.
Yeah, and I understand, like, it boils down to if you don't want to lose points, just race clean. But a lot of, like, stupid shit happens. And then you get penalized for it.
And again, you can ask, and Marcus says this himself, we try to promote clean racing. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you got to be aggressive. We know that.
Yeah.
So
the racing is clean, though. I will say, the racing is very clean. And it's honestly really good racing.
Derek, you're saying get rid of the incident point rule. Don't you have the highest incident points in like the entire
I think
league?
he does.
I'm pretty sure you still hold that one. You're awesome, Derek. I love you, but goddamn, I definitely let off the pedal when you're near me sometimes.
So Matt, your opinion, bud?
I don't know. I think just not taking it so seriously. Just having more about just having fun. I know there's got to be like some sort of professionalism and when leagues have sponsors, but all boils down to just having fun, making jokes, because that's why I race. I just race for fun. Any prizes or money that comes along with it is just a bonus, but the main thing I'm here for is just to race and have fun.
All right, Terry, so I have your incident point thing. The number 44, Aaron Backover, is in the lead with incident points with 139.
Is that through the league or for just us?
No, that's through the whole league. Corey Rutherford coming in second with 138, James Miller 134, and Derek Paulson in fourth with 133.
Not first anymore?
Damn.
But did Derek miss races?
Actually, Aaron has 20 races. Derek has 22 races.
Oh.
Well, we will say Aaron gets fucked a lot, though. Somehow Aaron gets collected in, like, everything. I do feel bad for him.
And James Miller is third with 15 races.
So, you guys know in our Discord we have suggested channel, right?
Oh, yeah.
And again, you see it, I posted a lot. We open suggestions. One of us will pin that thing. And we do look at this stuff at the end of the year or beginning of the next season. Sometimes we change it, sometimes we don't. It just depends on how we discuss it. So I welcome you guys anytime. Put something in there. And nobody's going to badmouth you or say, oh, that's fucking stupid. Why would you do that? So I urge you guys to please put in your suggestions. If you want to just come to me, Corey, Amanda, Aaron, who else we got? Mark, Dalton. shoot us a message privately. We'll throw it in there for you. We don't care.
Yeah,
I
we'll
do
do it
have,
in
I'll throw it in there right now.
You know
I
how
don't
you
like
guys
it.
do the pit parties?
Yeah.
It would be cool if a lot of the people, because there's, like, it's well known, there's a lot of people that have issues getting on pit road during the green flag run.
Oh yeah.
It's vital to at least practice pit speed a handful of times so you can understand how far you can push it in
I
and where to pit
agree.
from and get reference points on the side of the track. A lot of people need to start doing that. Like, say if you go out and do a pit party, instead of just fucking crashing or going low, drive to pits. Practice pitting.
Practice pitting. I agree with you.
So many Quinn House and Blazing Pedals when you try to pit and they're right in the middle of the fucking track. You're like, oh god. So
I try
agree
to do
with you.
it every single time, even if he's calling out a pit party and I see people pulling off to the side and just, jumping back in. Just practice pulling in. Just because.
Well, that's what I usually do. Like during the 3 to 6 practice, I'll practice my fuel runs, all that, and then usually during the practice for the session, I'll just do 2 or 3 laps and then just green flag pit stops, because I know a lot of times we do a lot of green flag pit stops, and I suck at green flag pit stops. But it's not really getting off. It's just keeping the speed getting off, and then all that.
yeah, just slow down before the timing loop and you can
Yeah, lock them up a little bit.
Well, it helps too because, T&A, we put up a 3 to 6 practice every Sunday, and sometimes we'll have a little private practice for me and the boys and stuff. If I don't know the track, like this Sunday, I'm gonna have them put one up for Watkins Glen so I can get used to it a little earlier. But I'll actually practice getting on, because I'm fucking horrible with pitting. I'm so slow and paranoid. I was doing a lot of speeding when I first started in December, January. If I see a bunch of cars pitting, I'll try to practice pitting with them at the same time, because in the beginning, they would start calling out in TeamSpeak, I'm going to go high, I'm going to go low. I'm like, I don't understand what the hell you guys are talking about. I've watched NASCAR all my life, but I'm not used to everything you guys are talking about. So I'll actually practice. Yeah, I'll try to, if I see a group of people going in at the same time, and actually it finally paid off a few weeks ago. I forget where we were, but I think we were at Charlotte or Daytona, and I saw Dalton and I think Tanner and all them in front of me, a whole group of cars, and they just whipped off without saying they were pitting, because obviously they just wanted their crew together. And I was able to get in with them with a gaggle of guys going on pit road, and I didn't even finish that great, but at the end of the race, I was like, holy shit, did you see me pit with everybody else? I didn't fucking take anybody out. I was tickled pink about that, but it's because I've been trying to commit time to practicing the things that you're not good at. You don't just try to go fastest speed in practice. Practice the shit you're not good at. I actually practice getting stuck on the high line. I think Michigan's the only track that I try to stay higher, and I don't like that in any other track, but something like that, a lot more people do need to practice doing that.
Which that just comes with time for a lot of people.
It does. We have one in our team that likes to speed a lot in pits.
Yes, he does.
I'm waiting. Now we'll get a text on that one.
He's been texting nonstop, but I put it on silent. He doesn't want to come in. I ain't listening to him.
So, talking about things to practice, and I don't know if you guys could throw some insight my way, but where I'm struggling the most right now, that I kind of mentioned it before about last night's race. How the hell do I get better when I finally can get the right speed, getting on pit road, maintain my speed, but I slow down 4 or 5 boxes ahead of time, because if I don't, I go roaring right through my spot.
Adjust your brake bias, and then practice getting into your box, and then have visual cues to where you can get on the brakes and how much wheel angle you can put in it as you're entering your box.
Oh, I'm gonna have to do that, because I either crawl to it and I'm like perfect, or I go fucking 2 boxes up and I can't find reverse for the life of me on my stupid shifter.
It's a separate thing, just like how you got to practice fitting in, you got to practice getting to your box.
That's what she said, by the way, but I am gonna.
Oh fuck! Here we go.
I will definitely try that.
So Jeff, I'm imagining. I guess you have on your wheel a button for your brake bias.
Yeah.
So so do I. I do too. So I can take it up or down wherever I need it to, and I'm sure Matt, you also.
I can adjust it. I normally don't touch it during the race at all.
Okay. So, Amanda, do you have a button on your wheel to take it up and down?
No.
Okay.
You can do it in your black box.
Yep,
Yeah.
do it on your black box too.
I don't touch them either.
I do.
But it's
do.
something that's a category that I've noticed as I'm learning the tracks. Now I got to learn all the like tire strategy, pit strategy, all that. But the little key components, like getting into my pit box without roaring right through it or without crawling to almost a complete stop, and so that's a good little tip right there that I'm definitely going to practice. But I lose so much time. Like, I was so proud of myself. I don't usually touch my relative box or my mouse or anything while I'm in VR, but last night popped it up a little bit, pulled the mouse down, dropped that down to like 3 gallons of fuel. I'm like, oh my god, I actually don't need to take the whole fuel. I figured out how to do that. So I'm trying to learn those little odds and ends that might save me a few seconds here or there.
Yeah, I would recommend mapping buttons on your steering wheel. That's what I have, where I can flip through the different black boxes, and then I have buttons where I can move it like up or down on the relative, on the wheel, or increase, decrease fuel as well.
I need a fuel one because I was nervous. I thought I was going to sideswipe somebody trying to pull my VR up, pull the mouse down, because I've got a little area that he set up so I can use my mouse during the race on the rig, and I was a little paranoid I was going to hit somebody.
You can download software where you can talk to it, and you can say how much fuel you want, and it'll put it for you.
Yeah, you have crew chief.
I think she actually has it.
Yeah.
See, he just kind of teaches me the things that I need to know right now.
She only has a G27, so she only has a select few buttons.
Gotta get a button box.
And I don't
actually
like
just
the
got one. I
crew
might
chief
make
app.
her one because I actually got some plastic boxes in for my golf show that I do. I made a whole fucking big ass control panel for it, and I think there's 36 buttons, arcade buttons on it.
Oh,
well, I have some left over and one encoder, but I bought these little plastic ones thinking they work, but they're only like that big. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll need one too with big arcade buttons I can start pushing.
I run a button box also.
You only have one button on it.
Here's my button box.
Yeah, oh, hell no.
So I don't like the crew chief app. I'm very
See, you
biased
don't use
against
VR,
it.
so that's easy to
No.
do.
The crew chief app doesn't have my name in it yet, which pisses me off, so I have to go by champ on it. So until they actually add my name in there, I'm still kind of anti-crew chief.
Just message empty box. He'll add it for you.
Who? What?
Empty. He's a YouTuber that created Crew Chief.
Oh, yeah, I've been
So
going by
YouTube.
champ
You could
for
actually.
months.
That's a good channel to watch if for informational type iRacing videos. Is Empty Box.
Empty box?
I have to
Yeah.
check that out.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, they have some of the dumbest
Hey.
names that start with A, but they don't have Amanda.
It's kind of crazy. It's kind of a common name.
You would think. So my name's Champ.
Was it junior for a little bit?
I
Feel
did have.
better.
I had junior for a little bit and sport, but I didn't like sport, so the Champ.
You're my champ, Amanda.
Oh, thank you.
Matt, did you just mute yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, that was your dog?
yeah.
I was like,
I
our
actually
3
thought
dogs
it was-
are inside.
I thought it was theirs. It's all right, man. They're allowed to be here too.
So
Terry,
wait,
you didn't.
What?
We didn't tell you this story. When we met up with Dalton in Daytona, we went
Uh-huh.
go-kart. We went go-kart racing with him.
Beat your ass?
He did get the fast one, and let me tell you what, those things were
they're
pretty
sketchy
quick,
as
and
shit.
my shoulder's still fucked up from it.
I thought I was gonna flip it over.
Yeah, Amanda was like 4 seconds slower than
The
us.
first race, the cart didn't fucking turn left, and you guys were making fun of me. And then Dalton saw afterwards they yanked the cart to the side and adjusted the steering on it. I said, "I fucking told you you couldn't turn the steering wheel left, so I had to go all the way to the right side of the track just to make a fucking left-hand
And
turn."
Amanda's T-boning little
Hey,
girls in the
T-bone
track
little
that are
12-year-old
spinning out.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, this is the bullshit part of the show, guys. So whatever you want
No,
to
it's
talk about, we
not
don't
bull.
care.
I do have a question for them. I don't know if you guys know, but I just started iRacing in December of this past year. Corey finally convinced me after a few years, and He's like, you know, he upgraded a bunch of stuff. He said, just give me a few months, put together a rig, see what you think of it. And then became obsessed with it. I did some officials. I fucking hated them in the beginning because, you know, I don't know if you remember the beginning of officials working up your license. It's fucking awful. But then I won a couple Charlotte races, had a bunch of poles, and then I became obsessed. So right now I'm trying to learn the tracks, and like I said, I got to learn some pit stop things. But what do you think is like a key component that I should focus on being my first league, because I was in ladies of iRacing and some other nonsense things, but something I should focus on other than what you already see I do. I try to be consistent, I try to be gracious and a little bit aggressive, but what do you think?
I think the biggest thing is just being able to get used to racing around other people, and just giving enough room, not getting in accidents, which you're already good at doing that. So the next step from there is just work on getting faster. So what I would recommend is either just watching the lines that the fastest guys are taking in the lobby that day or in the race, and then just trying to see if you can mimic what they're doing. But don't push too hard. I would say just just keep it within what you feel comfortable with, as to not overdo the tires.
So like I did that during the 3 to 6 practice yesterday. I was pretty good. I was pretty fast, but we didn't have a ton of people. So from the pre-race practice, I was pretty darn fast. I mean, other people weren't trying to do hot laps, but I was 4th fastest in there. I was way fucking slower in the race. I don't know, and I felt like I was pushing hard, but I don't know, maybe if I was just kind of being conservative without realizing it, but I wasn't nearly
because you were the first one on the track, too.
Well, not even the qualifying or anything, but like when I felt like I was trying to haul ass, I wasn't. I was like, what the hell? Why am I so much slower than in practice? Because I was doing spectacular, but also I know if I wreck, I don't fuck myself over in points or anything in practice. So.
Do you use, I guess, braking references or references on where to turn into a corner and where to let off?
Mm-hmm. I try to find that during my 3 to 6 practices and everything, and then I follow them along in the pre-race practice, and obviously during the race I try to keep it consistent, and then I actually have the ones for when my tires start to wear, where I can hold my speed.
Yeah, I think the next thing we have to start teaching her is getting reference points for coming off the corners, what to aim for coming off the corners.
I don't like that feeling of coming up to the wall.
She doesn't like floating it.
No, because like Aaron calls me out all the time. He did it yesterday too, where I fucking just smacked the wall, which is, it's very rare for me to smack the wall because I will hold my wheels so I don't go up to the wall that quick. But he can tell exactly when I'm sliding, and I look at the wall and I fucking smack it every time I look at it. I hate going near the wall.
If I'm not mistaken, man, I think Pocono, I got behind you coming off of 3, and you was really trying to hold it left. Thinking, man, to let that thing flow up more, you'd be a lot faster doing that. I think it was Pocono.
It burns your tires too when you're trying to keep.
Oh yeah.
I do burn my tires.
More steering angle. You want to have as little steering input as possible.
Oh, Hackathorn's in here. He's telling us how to do it now. Hell yeah. What did Matt do last night? Let's see. Oh, he did good. Started 13th and 14th. Oh, yeah, 1 incident point. Good job, man.
But yeah, from what you were saying, Amanda, that's a really good foundation to get acquaintance to and just build upon that, because a lot of people don't even have that foundation and they're not going to get faster. So if you just keep doing what you're doing every week, the speed will come naturally as you start making second and third trips back to the same tracks.
And one good thing for Amanda, and she's got Corey, Aaron, myself, you guys, basically 40 other guys out there every week that would be more glad to help her out. And I think a lot of them has. So let me ask you guys this. What about her, parking her car, jumping Matt's car while he's running laps? And watch where he's braking, watch where he's taking off. watching the line inning runs. I mean, would you guys agree to do something like that?
I do that all the time.
It's like watching tape.
I mean, I do it. I do that. So, I mean, I don't know if Amanda does that or not.
I just kind of started doing it, and I
You're right,
think I
Derek, it
definitely need
does.
to do it more.
Yeah, it's just like watching tape.
Yeah, I mean, when I go into a practice session and I see Jamie run like 2/10 quicker than me in practice, I'll look and see what kind of line he was running when he ran his lap, and I'll compare it to what I was running and see if I need to drive in a little deeper or let off a little earlier back up the corners. Just seeing what he was doing to pick up those 2/10 and seeing if I can try to replicate it.
But the funny part is, a lot of times when I go and see you guys doing the fast laps, the thing's loose as hell, sideways.
I can't
I'm
do
just
that
like,
shit.
that's not my race thing. I'm not even going to try that.
The looser, the better.
Yeah.
Well, if you watch Jamie, Matt, you just said you watch him. I think he's got that steering wheel turned right just as much as he does left. That's my opinion. I can't do it either. Hell no, that's just too loose for me.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, if you can be fast in one lap, but the biggest thing is being fast over the whole run. And if you're doing a lot of wheel inputs through the corners, that's just gonna either burn off the right rear if you're too loose coming out of the corner, or it's gonna burn off the right front if you're putting more wheel into the corner or turning more left coming out of the corner. So it's mainly just putting as least wheel inputs as possible, driving as smooth as you can, but as fast as you can over the run. So.
I told you we get you guys give us secrets up.
That's not all the secrets.
Yeah.
I know.
So what's the steering ratio you use?
All of them.
I think we do. And now you guys do practice that, I imagine, right? Because I do. I practice, move my steering ratios around.
Our only time we practice is when we show up for the race.
Well, that's what I mean. During
Yeah.
that, because you still got we got 40 minutes, 45 minutes of practice.
Yeah, we'll bounce around.
So maybe you can run 2 laps, move it, run 2 laps, move it back, whatever the hell you need to do. But I do that too.
Yep. I load in the session. I run it with the default steering ratio. See how I like it. If I feel like I need to go down or up, then I'll make changes from there. And then run a couple more laps, see how it feels. But yeah, I mean, if you want to ask in practice what steering ratio or brake bias, I wouldn't mind sharing that. So
I think you're lying.
I'll let you know.
Well, the thing I notice is
Go ahead.
the thing I noticed with Mark doing. I think Mark has a smaller wheel than what I do. So, and I have the AccuForce wheel, and I got that thing. I always click it down one, and I turn the offset to +8, and that feels great for me because I can actually feel the resistance against the car and all that. And I mean, I haven't won yet, but feels good to me.
Now, Matt, when you're racing, when we're out there on track, because I know you've passed me a few times, a bunch of times, but I'll key you up and say, hey, Matt, take it low, or hey, Matt, come on up, or whatever. Are you in chat or not?
Yeah, I am in chat.
Okay.
Sometimes, well, I'm also in Discord during the races as well, and sometimes the rest of the team will be talking a little too loud, so sometimes I might miss.
Okay.
Well, it happens with us too, where we're like, we have to go into TeamSpeak and we're like, what the fuck did he just say? Like, we have to ask each other because we've been chatting the whole time, we didn't hear it.
There has been times you come by me, I let you buy me. I don't know.
Yeah, you let him buy you, Terry.
I'd be all over the track. I'm just going to back off, let him get around me and say, Matt, take me low, take me high, whatever. And it's like, okay, here he goes. Like, well, fuck you too, man. I won't let you buy me. You know?
Don't feel bad when I'm near Terry. I'm like, don't fucking come near me, Terry, and we just stay really far apart.
No, I just because actually Mark and I's talked about that before. That maybe they're not hearing us. You know, I don't know. So okay, that explains it.
What I do like, and in the beginning, I was nervous of everybody because I didn't know anybody's driving style. Like, I did the fun races before the season started. But other than that, it's just a few races that I watched. And I don't. Were you guys in it last year? You weren't in the league last year, right?
No.
So
we weren't in it last year.
I watched a couple races last year, and I worked a lot more with my old job, so I didn't see all of them. So I was still nervous near everybody, but I got pretty darn comfortable. I'd say, Jeffrey, near you first. So, and I didn't remember a lot of the guys' names, and then you were gone for a bit, and I'm like, oh shit, and then you came back. I've always felt extremely comfortable racing around you. But Matt, same thing. I always got nervous because you started in the back, and I'm like, why do these fucking good guys start in the back? God damn it. Because then I get more nervous because I'm fucking god-awful at restarts, which I'm getting better. And the problem with my restarts is I don't want to be that shithead that spins out on cold tires, which everybody does.
You just got to send it.
Yeah, and I don't want to send it
Stop
either
worrying
because I don't
about
want to practice 5 hours on a Sunday and then wreck myself out like a dipshit. So, but I will have to say, I'm extremely comfortable now with all of you guys. James makes me a little nervous because he sends it a lot, but
James makes everyone nervous.
I'm not scared of driving near him. I'm just learning him a little bit more where he pushes a little harder.
He's 110% every lap, every race.
So
There's no slowing him down.
I think what makes me comfortable with you guys is you know that I'm such a rookie and you give me lots of room where sometimes I'm like, get away from me, James, like you're scaring me. Not his driving, but I don't like even Terry and Aaron and Corey, they're like, we're coming up on you. I'm like, okay, like I'll get out of your way, you get out of my way. So, but I've always been extremely comfortable racing near you, Jeffrey, because we've never had any issues. And it's like, you just gracefully give me the room. Matt, I'm just not near you much either. But like, yeah, I've always felt fine.
Do you let him by?
Oh, goddamn. I'm like, go. Him, Dalton, Daniel. I'm like, just fucking go around me. I'm not even going to try to block where they're like, block him, like as a joke. Like, block him. He's coming up. I'm like, no, I'm not blocking somebody who's twice as fast as me.
I think we only say that when he's about to lap us. I made to block him so I don't get lapped.
Does it make you more nervous the longer I just ride around behind you?
Yeah, it's like, why is he
Oh, she hates
back
that.
there? Like, God damn it. Well, I saw it a bit last night, and I'm like, okay, how long's he gonna hike back here? Like, he's saving tires, obviously, kind of feeling everybody out. I figured you were waiting for people to start wrecking each other and let that all pass, the first 20 lap shenanigans, and I'm like, alright, it's about time for him to start passing all of us so we can all recklessly race each other back here and fight for
definitely in the
25.
next oval track, get right behind her for like
Don't.
10 laps and just ride her bumper. She won't know what to do.
I did that at Charlotte earlier this year.
See, you could do it at Charlotte, Daytona, and Texas because I've run those tracks the most, and I feel very comfortable on them. As you saw, I don't know if you saw the broadcast of one of the Charlotte races where I felt comfortable running up behind Corey. I fucking rammed into him once. He rammed into me. I hit the wall. I got back on the track and held it. But like the tracks that I've been on the most, and especially Charlotte, because I've won on it before, and I got a bunch of poles with all the dipshits out, and the officials, and the officials are even scarier than BPL races. But I feel confident on those. So you can race me like that in those, and I feel fine because I like those.
Our
tracks.
next oval's Darlington.
Don't do it on a short track,
No,
because
we
that's
got
when I'll
Dover.
panic and I'll
We got
wreck
Dover and
everybody.
Daytona.
Short
Do
tracks,
what?
I hate.
So we got Dover.
Dover, then we got Darlington, then Daytona.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Fun.
Yeah, we
I
got,
like Dover.
we got the Glen, Dover, Daytona, Darlington.
Dover.
So I have
yeah.
to buy 3 of the next 4 tracks.
Yep.
That's
Oh, geez.
spectacular. So those are that's why I get so frustrated
Yes,
though
you did,
when
Derek.
I do get wrecked. Because those are usually the tracks that I literally spend 5 to 6 hours on a Sunday practicing because I've never raced them before. And that's
Those
why, when I get so mad, I'm like, I spent my whole fucking day learning this track so I don't wreck anybody else.
Derek goes with love taps we were giving each other.
Well, on the bright side, all that practice will pay off for next time you go to the track.
Yeah.
So it's not a
the
complete.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's not for naught. Like, you're still getting track time. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, I know you've seen her come a long way just like we do. We're very proud of what she's doing.
Just
there's-
yesterday.
Do what?
He had speed yesterday.
Well,
We
she has
noticed
said,
in practice. We noticed the practice times are up there pretty good.
there you go,
I
Amanda.
felt great in practice. I was making fun of Aaron in our 3 to 6 practice. I'm like, Aaron, look how fast I am. He got it afterwards, but jumping out, and I was waiting for one of you guys to say it in our group text, like, oh, are you drafting with somebody? No, I wasn't. I got that all by myself out there, and it does make me excited to get out there and race, but then when I'm like, oh shit, I got 22nd because I suck at pitting, it makes me want to get in and, like, literally I'm just going to start practicing that a lot more, so I can fix my weaknesses.
Yeah, it's the little things, like anyone can turn left. It's the little things that add to it that make it a complete race.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
pitting, you're getting out, starting, stopping. I mean, yeah, everything else that has to be thrown in there, that's for sure.
Practicing pit exit. It's another main one.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of speed to be had, but also it's risky if you don't overstep the line.
Oh, yeah, that
And making that left turn and not letting the damn thing slide out from underneath if you got old tires. That's my biggest scare. I'm so scared of doing that coming off of out of the pits on old
Being
tires.
Alex Zanardi coming up out of pit exit.
I don't know what he did. What he do?
Oh, who was that? That was an IndyCar driver at Indy that did that and got T-boned and lost his leg.
Oh, jeez. Did not know that. Okay.
Yeah, it's Alex Zanardi. He's a World Olympic.
Huh.
Medalist.
Well, all we had to do is hit this fucking reset button. That's sad. I know it was.
Yeah, I think I definitely lose some time coming off of pit road and getting on the apron because there's been a few tracks where it felt like it was a little sketchy. And in practice, when I see, like, I call you all you guys the good guys, there's like, I'd say 15 of you that I really try to watch, 10 to 15 of you, the different things that you guys do. When I see one of you guys maybe spin off the apron or something, it makes me a little extra cautious. But then I see people getting frustrated behind me. I'm like, oh, motherfucker, I just saw one of our best drivers spin off, pit road or speeding in or doing whatever. So it kind of backtracks me a little. But
that just goes to show we all do it.
Yeah. Whatever makes it so I don't have points.
I would recommend pushing the limits in practice. I know I do a lot of spinning out in practice, and that's just because I'm testing to see how much I can push the car before it spins out or before it hits the wall. So
yeah, we explained that to her a lot because she would not get any instant points during like our practices. We're like, no, push her, like hit the fucking wall. I'm like, that's what practice is for.
Being consistent, like and safe, and at least practice learning the track because I know I'm not going to win anytime soon or anything like that. I really lucked out at Charlotte getting a podium because I
Talladega,
yeah. Getting at the back of the pack and having the most fuel at everybody. But I lucked out with that, but also it taught me fuel strategy a little more at a track like that. But practicing consistency helps me learn the track, and I know I don't need to be the fastest to finish a race with a clean car. So hopefully next year I could be the fastest at a track or two, but it's probably not going to happen if Matt's in here. It's okay though. I would be happy to come second. So.
Well, you talk to him, now you can block him.
I go on vacation a couple times. So.
You said about Matt, Jeff's up here. What the fuck about me?
I've been racing with Matt for like 4.5 years.
Right. I think I'm just at the point now. I'm here to have fun, to race. I'm what did I say? 38th and 30th in points. I don't care. I'm just here to race, have fun with you, everybody, man. I love doing this. It is what it is. I don't care.
Well, we've talked about it before. I made fun of Corey for the longest time. I always worked. My last job was 8 years of, 60, 70 hours a week, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, well, you spend all this time in this Discord thing with these freaking people and racing. I'm like, it's so stupid. When he had the rig in the house, it was so loud, he moved it out to the garage. Then he finally convinced me to do it. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, playing in Discord talking to them, like making jokes, putting up stupid memes and stuff, and then next thing you know, we're sitting in the pit stall for like 4 hours, and we get out. I'm like, oh my god, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. We gotta go to bed.
We just get there, start drinking with
and
people.
It's so enjoyable, and I see the addiction now. And like we joke around, like never met Terry, never met Aaron. We actually only met Dalton out of the entire league, and it's got him sunburned as all holy hell. Got to go karting.
Me and Dalton are BFFs now.
But it's addicting. It's fun getting to know people. I'm glad you guys came on because honestly, I thought, Matt, until last night, I've never noticed your picture on the broadcast or anything. I assumed you were like a 55-year-old mean Shrek guy who didn't want to talk to anybody.
Wait a minute.
Nothing to do with your age, but I looked up, I'm like, oh, well, there's Matt. Like, he looks like he's nice, so like, it'll be nice to talk to him. So I'm excited you guys came on.
I kind of take offense to what she just said.
I wasn't judging you, Terry.
You should have saw the first time you saw Terry. She's like, "Whoa, what the fuck?"
That's all right.
Oh, but it's nice to put faces to names and like chit chatting and stuff. Like I like when people make jokes over race chatter or even in practice and stuff. And I might not key up and like respond or anything, but it makes me laugh, and that's one of the reasons I get in. It's fun chatting with everybody. So you guys said you play a lot of other games, like Corey and we play. I forced them into it, but Tropic 06, he plays a lot of other games and stuff. A lot more games than I play. I like the VR games like Rick and Morty and stuff. What other games do you guys play?
You can answer that.
I play a lot of games. GTA, mostly just racing in GTA. I don't really.
American Truck Simulator, we play that a lot.
We just downloaded that. I was like, this game's so stupid, and 2 hours later, I'm like, why are we still playing this stupid game?
I drive a semi-truck in real life when I come home and play American Truck Simulator.
What do you do?
I work for Atlantic Bottling and deliver Coca-Cola. I'm a Coke dealer.
Yeah.
Coke dealer. Hell yeah, man. Yeah.
You
know what? Aaron Bachert and I do the same thing. We were actually truck drivers for Old Dominion Freight Lines, and
that's the same thing.
We drive all freaking day, and we come home and do this shit on Sunday nights. So
yeah, I work like 12, 13 hours a day.
Yeah. What do you do, Matt?
I'm an accountant.
You're an accountant?
Okay. Yep.
Why do you think you're so good at numbers?
Yeah, I always get our fuel strategy for the race.
We would literally join a race and be like, Matt, what's the fuel numbers? And he'd be like, all right, hold on. And then all you do is...
Oh, now wait a minute. Let me go back to a race here, Matt. I'm sure you didn't calculate right.
I calculate what I can do, pushing. I don't calculate what I can do saving. So saving, whenever it's close, like we're 2 laps short on fuel, there's always a chance I can run out there, but if we don't need to save at all, usually spot on.
So here we go, guys. I guess from now on we'll just watch when Matt starts pitting. We need to pit.
Where are you guys located? Where do you live? What state?
I live in Des Moines, Iowa.
Southwest Missouri.
James from Canada.
Yeah. That makes sense with the car.
Ooh.
Yeah, very good.
The Tim Hortons car.
We're over
I love
in
Tim
New York,
bits.
so we got that lovely cold weather, so I'll be doing a lot of practice in the winter.
I just moved from New York. I was stationed at Fort Drum for 2 years.
Up in Watertown area.
Yeah, that's not too far from us.
No, it's about an hour and 45 minutes. We're on the lake halfway between Rochester and Syracuse.
That's beautiful up there.
Yeah, I worked in Watertown for a bit during COVID, and then Oswego I spent a lot of time, so I love that whole stretch of water up there.
Yeah.
So, Jeff, you say you do ATS. A lot of these, I know 3 or 4 guys in our Discord do it a lot. Derek, who else? Don't you do it a couple times, Corey?
Oh yeah, we did it a couple times.
It took a bit to get
we
the
gotta
VR
get back into it. Yeah, we had to figure out the VR because we did it in VR, and as soon as I got in that thing, I'm like, It's like I'm in a real truck. Like, this is fucking stupid. I'm just driving around.
I said I took
She's
out
taking
every
out
road
fucking
sign.
billboards.
Yeah, every road sign I clipped for trying to get on a highway.
But it's Derek and Ty. I know those guys get in a lot.
Hayden
Sometimes
plays it a lot, yeah.
Hayden will
Rick
get
and
in,
Chris
so,
played a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen some stuff those guys posted in the Discord about American Truck Simulator.
And man, again, don't be afraid. Hit them up.
Yeah.
I prefer the Euro.
I'm super. I have a problem reaching out to people. And,
That's all right. We ain't that new anymore, man. You've been with us a long time. Same with you, Matt. You guys have been here. Your family now.
I would like to run a second season, though. I hope the rest of the team will. It's not a bad.
Fuck them. Fuck them if they don't.
Well, the guy that got us into BPL isn't running anymore, so.
He's not running. The guy running the beat. Oh, I'd have to go back. Actually, I can probably.
Fucking Marquis Smith.
Yep.
Oh,
He was like,
Marquise.
"Hey, come over," and we're like, "Fuck, fine." And we came over, and then he got mad and left.
Right. He's like, hey, join this league, and then he stopped racing.
So he just dumped us. He just dumped us here. So
Have fun, boys.
Right.
it was funny though, because I guess he put all this like good word about us in, and then we show up and just explode leagues. Like, we're like, "Hey, we're here. We're fucking everything up. Sorry."
Yeah, that's a common joke between us. The last 3 leagues we've been in have stopped running. So
we're not going to stop. We're not going. Not that I know of anyway. But
T&A the fucking league killers.
But I tell you what, this is. I mean, I know you. I guess you would look at the write-ups. This is the first year we've actually had to change rules in the middle of the damn thing. That's what it is. Do you?
Yeah, take it as a compliment.
Thanks.
Well, that
that
was another reason why we wanted to bring you guys on too. Just everybody can get to know you guys, because obviously all you really get's like the interviews and stuff from you guys, but just to get to know you, learn all your personalities and all that. That's why we started doing Shop Talk, so we can learn about people throughout the league, and we're glad that you guys came on and hang out with us for a while.
Sure, yeah, definitely glad you guys made the time to do it with us, man.
I was late, man.
Yeah, they don't know what Eastern time is.
Yeah, we're central.
Yeah.
I even told him last night when he messaged, I'm like, throw in there that it's Eastern Standard Time so that they know. And then when we're sitting here, I'm like, did he see the Eastern message?
Yeah, just so everybody knows, I messaged Jeffrey at 7:45. I'm like, you guys getting in? He's like, oh, it's Eastern time? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I just got out of the shower when he messaged. I was like, ah. Fuck.
You're not the first one who's done it, right?
Yeah,
it's happened
no.
before.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I think we only started like a couple minutes late, which is not a big deal at all. I
Yeah, it
mean,
wasn't
look at all the fans we got in here right now,
Yeah.
chatting away.
Normal time.
Yeah, normal people time.
Did we ask you guys if you guys had any questions about us or any other about the league or anything like that? Or?
So for next season, are you guys still like? Do you guys swap cars? Or
No.
do you just
It usually goes up to a
No,
vote
just learn it
if
to
people aren't happy with the cars. We used to run the ARCA cars, but with the where you can't bump draft, and basically if you come close to them, you spin somebody out. That's why we got away from them. I don't think they fixed that yet on those.
No,
No, it's still there. You have to like bump. You can't.
you have to be square.
Yeah, because we just
Yeah.
did the ASRO
Or even if you like
race.
give somebody a bump into a turn,
Yeah,
they're just
you have.
spinning.
You can feel when you're starting to pick their car up.
Yeah, I
You just
noticed
have to
that.
just bounce it very lightly and centered.
And
We should-
then
You
the
should run the
season.
87 car.
Oh, you're fine. And before the ARCA, we done the trucks for a while.
Don't
So
do
we went
the
from trucks to
again.
ARCA, then we come up to where we're at now. But it'll be another vote. We'll take another vote this season, at the end of the season or beginning of the next season, of what we're going to run. And I think we let that go to the league, to where everybody has a voice in that. But again, majority rules. So we hope we don't lose people because not that we're going to switch to the ARCA or the truck or whatever. We just hope we don't lose people for that.
Don't switch to the trucks.
I'll tell you what, I do love some Mark Arthur setups on ARCA cars.
Yes.
To run the 87 car.
Yeah, right. Fuck those things. On an Aggie Force wheel, I won't be able to move my shoulder for weeks.
Those are fun.
So, Mark, you can actually get in on this conversation here, Mark. There was a conversation once about taking the Cup car and dumbing it down to the ARCA car. I don't know if that can be done. I thought Mark said at one time.
Oh, I think they were talking about like the late model or something like that.
Okay, I know we've talked about that once, just out of just bullshitting around. So I don't know if that's something we could look at for next season. I don't know. We haven't really. Oh, we had no meetings.
I did like the Cup cars.
Oh,
when I
Cup
ran
Legend
in
car, he said.
The ladies of iRacing, we did the Cup cars.
Okay,
and that,
thanks, Mark.
And I like the Cup cars.
Cup cars suck.
I like them.
Yeah, because there's so much downforce, you don't gotta do anything.
So I was like, this is a fun car.
As long as it's something that isn't just mash throttle and turn left.
Yeah, that's what Amanda wants for a Cup car.
I like Charlotte, Texas, and Daytona. They just mash the pedal down and go.
So you guys, I don't know if you have time to run the ASRL League. Do you guys run that at all?
I've never heard of it.
Okay, that is
Our
Rick
Wednesday
Thompson's league.
Runs Wednesday
They run
night
the ARC
at
car with Mark's
7.
setup. If you guys can get into that,
What days?
Wednesday? Is that
Wednesday
at 7.
Yeah. And it's,
Yeah, look up ASRL.
It's helped
And
me a
it's-
lot too because there are a few BPL drivers in there, so it helps me continue learning other people's driving style. I love the ARCA cars. I love Mark's setup. It's also helping me with seat time on different tracks and repeat tracks, obviously. But I like it the most and we haven't been able to race a lot lately because we were gone. I got to get back into the Wednesday night. The past couple of weeks I missed, but. Again, it's a lot of BPL drivers in there too, so I can continue learning everybody's style at the different tracks.
Yeah, we ran a lot of ARCA cars.
And it's all green flag too. Like we're all good to each other in there as well. We're very cautious, but there's
definitely gotta learn
racing.
green flag pit stops in that one because
Is there stage breaks?
they're gonna start stages next season, I believe. They're just starting the playoffs. I think it's like a five race playoff or 3 race playoff, something like that.
Yeah, we're running by the team. We typically try to run as a giant group.
Which would be great because
By the rest of them.
there's enough spots there, I would imagine, to fill it. What do we get, 20 to 25 people?
No, not even that much.
Not even?
I don't think so.
I think we did in the beginning.
It's the Speed Mafia guys in Blazing Pedals that runs the ASRL. So you hit up any of the Speed Mafia guys, I mean, they'll direct you guys where you need to go if you want to run on a Wednesday night in the ARCA car.
I'm free Wednesday. I only race Monday night and Sunday night right now.
Okay. It's an awesome league. Again, like Amanda said, a lot of BPL guys are in there. And it's a fun race, man.
I like ARCA.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll tell you what, the setup Smart does for the ARCA cars, they're awesome. I mean, basically you control the car with the brake and the throttle, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't change anything, I think.
It's
on
a blast.
Wednesdays when I get in.
Yeah.
Because that's definitely... I struggled in the fun races at the beginning of this league season for BPL because I was so used to the ARCA cars. And when I got in the Xfinity car, I was like, this sucks. And, now I favor the Xfinity car, but still when I jump in on Wednesdays, it takes me a good 20 minutes to get back into it every week or every race for ASRL. But once I get back in it, it's fun, except for the fact that when we take a big track, we can't bump draft or anything. Because we tested it out, I don't know, like a month or so ago, the last one we had, and we were spinning each other out trying to bump. But... it's a fun league. I like it. I gotta get back into Wednesdays.
At the end of the season, like I said, we look at all the suggestions. I mean, again, I open door to you guys, man. Anybody that's watching this and listening, actually, it's open door. Yeah, hit somebody up. I mean, don't be afraid to talk to us. We're not a big old I might be a big old ogre, but I know, Aaron. I just used your line, but we're open for suggestions.
Yeah, definitely. All right, I think we're about to wrap it up because Terry Bear's got to go to bed. He had
9:30 already.
Yeah, he had a big vacation. He's got to get some
Terry
sleep.
drove from Tennessee today.
Yeah,
I'm a little tired.
He had too much fun fucking all the goats.
We was down at Gatlinburg for the last 4 days. So my wife and I.
He goes and buys a lot of taffy, visits.
Yeah, he just went on a
friends,
taffy
folks.
run. That's all he did.
So yeah, if you watch more Shop Talk,
That was cool.
I think this is one of the first Shop Talks where you didn't eat taffy the entire time.
What, you pulled that off your pallet you bought?
And I have another box just for backup. So bought some whiskey. Bought all kinds of goodies this trip.
Hell yeah. Well, thanks again for coming on, Jeffrey and Matt. It was a pleasure
guys,
having you guys on.
Thanks for having us. I'm glad we can try to close the divide.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
definitely.
You guys are more than welcome anytime to come on. We'll probably do definitely have you guys on again. Most likely, Matt. Sorry, Jeffrey, during the playoffs. Do some playoff shows, but I gotta talk to Terry and Amanda. We actually talked about it. I'm thinking after Darlington we have an open house shop talk where anybody that wants to come on just comes on. We just have Discord open.
That ought to be fun.
Yeah. So you guys are more than welcome anytime to come back on. It was a pleasure having you guys, and it was great learning about how you guys got started and everything.
And also,
I don't think I ever got to tell my story on how I got started.
I thought you did.
Go ahead. Do it, dude. Do it.
So I've been racing the majority of my life, actually. I got into it when I was around 8. Well, sim racing, actually, ever since I was born, pretty much. My dad set up a gaming rig for me when I was younger, and I had a wheel and everything that he got me. So I've been racing with a wheel on computers since I was probably like 3 or 4.
Well, that explains a lot.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
I started 3 years ago.
And then when I was around 9 or 10, I actually started racing in real life. My dad got me a Bandolero, which is, for those that don't know, it's along with the Legends car that's on iRacing.
Yep.
It's made by the same company, and they normally run at the same tracks as Legends cars, and but it's for younger kids. And so that's where I got my start. I raced pavement on that for a while, and eventually moved up to the Legends car, where I raced that on dirt for a number of years at my local dirt track. Yeah, and I've been out of it a couple of years. I went to college, so I kind of stopped racing in real life. So ever since then, it's mostly just been on iRacing, and but yeah, that's how I got started in racing.
How old are you right now?
So this is how the questions went. Mark asks, "How old is Matt?" I have missed it. Derek replies, "He's an accountant."
Yeah,
remember, you race around these guys. So no, Mark asked how old you were.
I just turned 18, so I'm legal now.
You're
You're an accountant at 18?
Oh
Holy
my
shit!
god!
No,
You've done a
I'm
lot.
I'm actually 25.
No.
I'm about to turn
I was
26.
like, holy shit! Oh,
And yes,
man.
Derek, he's still an accountant.
Yeah, I graduated college at 18, became an accountant.
Nice. Why not?
Well, like I said before, we host a T&A practice every Monday or Sunday, 3 to 6. So if you guys ever want to jump in and give me pointers or anything, like I'm usually the first one in there, and I write out a full 3 hours every week. So if you guys ever want to get in and critique or anything,
I'll be in there now after the Dolphins game's over.
Oh, fuck that.
AFC East champs right now. Woo! Fuck off, Terry.
Let that be the last thing said.
Yeah.
It's not going to be.
Yeah.
No.
No comments,
Anyway.
no cheering.
Thanks for clearing the air, guys.
Yeah, let's go Dolphins.
appreciate it,
Woo!
man. Yeah, let's go golfing. Is it golfing or dolphin?
Dolphins.
Oh.
Yeah,
that was full of Coke and whiskey. Now it's
Oh, now it's empty.
damn it.
They gotta go to bed.
I gotta go back down.
Yeah,
I gotta wake up at 4 a.m. I wake up at 4 a.m. every morning.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phil's my boy.
Jeez. Well, all right, gentlemen. Well, we appreciate it.
Yep.
Thanks
again
having
for
us. If,
coming on,
anybody-
and yeah, you guys are welcome anytime. You guys
has-
get any plugs you wanna shout out or anything?
Definitely shout out Mike. I think he's watching this. He's a good friend. Also, I got to mention he's another guy that got me into racing. He was one of my childhood friends, and his dad actually got him into racing first. So my dad kind of followed him. But yeah, he's really quick. I don't know why he doesn't join iRacing. Maybe one of these days I'll get him on. But yeah, he's super quick. I know he's on here watching. Shout out to Mike. If anybody has any problems with Team AV, Jeffrey's our ambassador, so direct them to him.
There we go. There we go.
He'll filter through the messages. So yeah.
Yeah, just get a hold of Jeffrey if you guys are pissed off.
No, I'm glad you guys came on. It was nice to get to know you guys, and like I said,
Definitely.
I was already fairly comfortable with everyone, and you got to force James on here next time.
Oh,
So-
Amanda's gonna yell at him.
No, that was that first week maybe, because I committed so much practice that week. But no, those are all heat of the moments, which everybody's allowed to have. I'm sure. I think I wrecked seats or Cody. I think one week.
Better not wreck Dave Cease. Dave
No,
Cease, my boy.
I think Seats and I got into it one time, but I definitely spun Cody out in the beginning. But everybody has the right for those. But it would be nice to get to know some of the other guys and everything. So next time, if you guys want to plan where you can pull some of the other ones in.
Yeah, it looks like Matt Hackathorn and James want to come on. So we'll wait for the race that James wrecks you, and then we'll bring him on.
I'll start slamming beers and whiskey and see how that
James
goes.
What the
behind
fuck?
you at the Glen, just let him by.
Yes, go by me. We raced off pit road last night, I think, too, and I think he just kind of gave it to me.
Yeah,
Thank you.
James Miller did not crash Amanda next week because we have Dave Seats on after Watkins Glen, so you were not allowed to come on then. So you have to wait till Dover to crash Amanda,
Dover, yeah.
and then you can come
If we do
on.
that at Dover, everyone's gonna die.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be a fun
Let's hope
race.
Let's hope
Ball
not.
coming off turn 2.
Again, another
Full
track
send.
I gotta buy and learn.
Start for that turn 2 wall.
All
Well,
right.
I won't be at Dover, so
Oh,
go ahead and make that the crash fest.
Oh, well, hopefully some other people will show up. Maybe they'll have a chance to win.
I'll be
and
there.
Jamie don't show up.
Yep, or they crash each other out. That'd be great.
Fire now.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
All right, so we're going to be racing at Watkins Glen this Sunday, so make sure you guys tune in to Turn 3 Racing Network and watch that. And then that Monday we have Dave Seats coming on. That's a special
Yeah,
guest.
Dave.
Yeah,
I
he
didn't think
reserved
that
that
was ever
one.
gonna happen.
I didn't think so either, but he reserved that one. So we will see you guys next Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. You guys hear that? 8 p.m. Eastern? You guys better tune in. 7:30 if you're a guest. All right, well, thanks again, everybody, for tuning
Thanks,
in and
guys.
watching. Thanks for Jeffrey and Matt coming on, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Have a good night.
All right.